Alright, so I wanted to kind of do a quick channel update to talk about Gears of War 4 because, well, I was planning on making this game quite a main part of my channel this year because, well, I was really excited for Gears of War 4 to release, and I was really a big fan of the game during its beta stages. But since the last couple of months on Gears of War 4, I felt really burnt out with the game, and I wanted to kind of talk about that because Gears of War 4, well, Gears of War as a franchise is one of my most favourite video games, like, ever. You know, I've always played Gears of War. Since Gears of War 2, you know, I played the campaign of that game, and I fucking fell in love with that shit. You know, I played the campaign of Gears 2 so many times, went back and played Gears 1, and I remember counting down the days until Gears of War 3 came out, and I remember it came out, and me and my buddy used to binge that game. Like, we binged that game all night the day it released. You know, we took days off school to play it on co-op, and it was seriously one of the best games I have ever played. I love Gears of War 3, and I still love it to this day. And obviously I took a couple of years off from playing video games, so I didn't really play Gears Judgment. I passed on that game, and I'm kind of glad that I did. But then it came to Gears 4, and I played the beta for that game, and it kind of rekindled my love and passion for Gears of War. So when Gears of War 4 was in development, and obviously after the beta, like, the hype was in full-fledged for me. You know, I was so hyped for that game. It's because, like, the beta, despite Gears of War being one of the most toughest game to newcomers, you know, I would consider myself a newcomer because I didn't really play much in the multiplayer in Gears of War. I was always like that. I was a campaign guy and a wave-based survival mode guy, not a multiplayer guy. You know, I've been playing multiplayer for a couple of years. I haven't really been playing it for that long, to be completely honest with you guys. You know, I did play it a lot back in the MW2, but I didn't really play it all that much, and I wasn't really all that good at it. So, yeah, going into Gears of War 4, it was kind of my first experience playing the multiplayer for a game as my main game mode. Well, as for a Gears of War game, at least. And when Gears of War 4 was, like, you know, in the development, you know, like when we were seeing stuff coming out about the campaign, I was just so fucking hyped for the game. You know, it looked so good, and it played so good in the beta. You know, I'm not gonna lie, the beta, despite looking utterly bad, it was one of the best experiences I've had on consoles so far. And then the game came out, and it was fun for like the first month or so. I loved the game, but then after that, it kind of just went downhill. And I find myself trying to justify why I even want to play the game. You know, like, I just sit there and I think, maybe I should play some Gears 4. And I'm like, well, why should I play Gears 4? Because I find myself, whenever I sit down and play that game, I find myself coming out of it more pissed off than anything else. And it's stuff like that that really just annoys me, because I want to play a game because I love it, not just because I feel like I have to, which is the reason why I don't play Infinite Warfare or Modern Warfare Remastered at all. But with Gears of War 4, it's like that one game I keep going back to, even though I know that I'm going to come out pissed off, and I know that I fundamentally am not enjoying it anymore. And it's just one of the worst things ever to see a game that you loved so much turn into a game that you just don't really give a fuck about anymore. And it's not that I burnt myself out in the game because I played it too much or anything, it's just because there's so many fundamental issues with the game itself, you know? And I mean, a lot of them go past things that the developers could even do to fix. You know, like, one of the main flaws with Gears of War 4, in my opinion, is the inconsistency in the gunfights. And it goes past the fact that it's the developers' mistakes, it even goes down to how the players actually play. Most people know Gears of War as being one of the most toxic and sweaty games on the planet, and it really is. It's got one of the highest skill gaps in video games ever, and I'm willing to say that. And I think that is the 100% truth right there. Gears of War is one of the fucking hardest games to get good at. And even when you're good at it, you know, sometimes you're not even that good. You know, you think, oh yeah, I'm really starting to get the hang of this game now, I feel good at it. But the thing is, you're probably not even that good at the game. For example, me. Like, when this game came out, I played a lot of Gears of War Ultimate Edition before, and so I went into Gears of War 4 and I felt pretty good about my playing skills. And then you suddenly get into the higher ranked game modes, you know, you get ranked higher, and you're encountering players and you think to yourself, I wasn't even that good at all. You know, like, I kind of thought I was good, but it turns out I actually wasn't. And it's like, one of those things with this game is it's just literally so impossible to enjoy consistently and not get pissed off at. Like, Gears of War is one of the most infuriating games I have ever played in my life, at least the multiplayer anyway. And you could say, well, stop playing it, but like, the thing is, I'm getting close to that point, you know. I'm getting to the point where I don't even care about the game anymore. I'm hearing about the title updates coming out, and the truth is, I really don't care. And it's like, I wish I didn't feel that way, because this game is one that I knew I was going to enjoy, and I'm not, and that pisses me off. You know, like games that you think you're going to enjoy, you end up playing it, and you think to yourself, I don't even enjoy this anymore. And it's actually one of the worst things ever. Like, this game should have been it. This game should have been the one for me, but it's not. And it's so annoying that. You know, like, I go into lobbies, and it's like, I used to be pretty good, but I don't know what's happened. It's like the game suddenly got so much more sweatier, and it's like anytime you play this game, it's like going into a public game battle lobby. It's that sweaty. And I mean, that's just Gears of War as a whole. But with the inconsistencies in Gears of War 4, such as the Nasher being utterly inconsistent on this game, it just makes it that much more unenjoyable to play. Like, there's times where I've been two-shot down from ranges that just stupefy me. You know, somebody will two-shot down me with the Nasher from a long, long way away. Distance I know that you wouldn't two-shot somebody with a Nasher at. And it annoys the shit out of me. Like, some of the gunfights in this game are fucking ridiculous. And that's without even mentioning some of the issues that have been happening recently with the game. The fact that the Coalition can't even introduce a new pack to the game without the game fucking shitting the bed for a good 2 days. That's what happened a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if I can't remember at this point if it was last week or the week before that. I think it was actually last weekend. But the Coalition introduced the Black Swarm pack, the Black Onyx pack. And guess what happened? The game went to shit for 2 days. Like, not even 2 days, the entire weekend you could not play. Anytime you earn XP, you wouldn't get anything. Any credit rewards you'd get from your match, you wouldn't earn it. Basically meaning that you couldn't rank up or earn any more credits, which means if you wanted to try earn the packs the normal way and purchase them with in-game credits, you couldn't even buy them because you couldn't even fucking earn the credits. And it's like, at this point, the Coalition seem to be so much more focused on selling packs and making money from packs that they really don't give a fuck about the game itself. And the issue is, I feel like a lot of the Gears of War community agree with that. You know, there is guys on Twitter that I've seen actually give up with Gears of War 4 because of some of these issues. And it pisses me off so much to see the series go from being the love child of Epic Games to just being this game that's being treated like shit and milked by both Microsoft and the Coalition. And the thing that annoys me is that I actually believed the Coalition were the shit for the longest time. Because I was like, you know what, they've got somebody, an ex-employee from Epic Games, on as one of their lead developers, Rod Ferguson. So I was convinced by that they're focused on making the best Gears of War game possible. And it seems like they aren't even focused on that at all. Like, everything they've done so far in this game has told me the complete and exact opposite of that. What I've seen so far is that they're interested in making as much money as possible and not really caring if the customer is dissatisfied with that. You know, like, this pack system has removed so many of the core fundamentals that have always been in Gears of War games. You know, like, the fucking natural progression that you would get. You'd unlock Dizzy at level 28 or something. For example, of course, you know, you'd unlock character skins, you'd unlock weapon skins. And it's like, in this game, you have to roll for everything. And that's ridiculous in my opinion. It's like, if you want to earn a decent amount of credits or XP per match, you need to roll for it in one of these operation packs. And that annoys me. As a lover of Gears of War, I find this game just so frustrating. Because it just, I can't even describe how awkward this game is to play and how awkward this video is to make. Because it's like, this game, fundamentally, when you look at the surface, there is nothing wrong with it, but when you start playing it, and if you've been playing Gears of War for long enough, you'll recognise every single problem with it. And it's like, dude, there is so many fucking annoying things with this game. It's just, I don't want to play it anymore. And that's the thing I'm saying in this video, that I'm not going to post any more Gears 4 for at least the next foreseeable future. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point, and I hope I do. But for the current moment, I'm done with this game, man. Like, I've been done with this game for weeks now. I haven't played it recently. And I'm not the only person that's saying that. You know, I've seen a video yesterday from some guy I talked to on Twitter called Dave. You know, he's from Edinburgh as well. I don't know if he's from Edinburgh, but I know he's Scottish as well, and he's done with Gears as well. And it's like, sure, you could say, well, you're just copying his video, but like, honestly, I've been feeling this way for weeks, and I feel like a lot of the other Gears of War players that I know and that I talk to feel the exact same way. And it's just so annoying, because at this current moment we should still be enjoying the game, but we're not. We're just literally going through the motions of playing this game because it's the main Gears of War game at the moment. Like, you can't go back to Ultimate Edition because there's probably not enough players in the game. But anyway, that's what I probably will do. I'll probably go back to playing Gears UE, because this game just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't satisfy me enough. And every other Gears of War game has done that, at least in some way, shape or form. Like Gears of War Judgment, even though it was terrible, it still satisfied me in some way. Not enough to play it every single day, mind you, but it still satisfied me in a way because it was very close to Gears of War 3. Gears 3, fucking loved that game, except from a couple of issues with, you know, overpowered weapons, but it was still good enough once you look past that. Gears of War 2, fundamentally broken. We don't talk about Gears of War 2. The same goes for Gears 1 / Gears UE. Ticks all the boxes. I still enjoy playing that game to this day, but Gears of War 4 just doesn't. I end up feeling so pissed off with this game that I just turn it off after an hour or so. And it's just, I don't want to feel that way with a Gears of War game. You know, like, if I want to commit time to make videos on, and to post and to play a game, I want it to be a game that I fucking love, and this game just isn't that. So yeah, it's not you, it's not me, it's you, Gears of War 4. I hate to say that, but it's you, not me. It's all on you. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been a long career, and yeah, I guess we bid farewell to Gears of War 4 on this channel then. So yeah, see you guys later. Peace.